Representative Wilcox, what have you been doing to prepare for the session this year?
Well, you know, when you go into a session, it's like a long marathon. It can last for 4 or 5 months. And there's a couple of areas that you need to think about. First of all, your private life. You know, you have to make sure that your bills are getting paid. You have to make sure that your family's taken care of. And you have to be sure that, well, in my case, my wife and kids are ready to cope with whatever comes up that I'm not going to be there to fix. And because I live in the 2nd District, that even means that we've got to make sure that the generator's ready to go. And then in terms of being ready for my job here in Olympia, there's bills that are important to me, both bills that I like and bills that I think are going to be bad for us. And I've got to make sure that I'm ready to present the best arguments so that I'm representing the 2nd District in the best way.
And I hear you've been contacted by some high school students about potential legislation? Yeah,
you know, it's really fun in this job that there are some wonderful civics teachers, and they get high school seniors most often involved in the process of making laws. And we've had a few of those suggestions, and we're going to take them seriously.
There's a lot of talk of changes in gun laws after the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary in Connecticut. What have you been hearing from your constituents?
You know, I represent the rural 2nd District, and what we've been hearing mainly has been people concerned about their Second Amendment rights. And of course, I think most people feel very strongly about the safety of the kids and the adults that are at school. And my wife's a teacher, so I feel strongly about that too. I've been talking with our local sheriff and also our school districts. They're the ones that are thinking this through, and I think that they're taking some pretty effective steps now.
How do you think the most recent action in Congress to avoid the fiscal cliff will affect Washington State?
Well, you know, first of all, they didn't solve it. They pushed it off for a few months. And the part of the solution that they did do that's going to affect, I think, most of our residents the most is restoring 2% of the payroll tax. So everybody that works in Washington is going to be paying an extra 2% in tax that goes to D.C. And we need to be sure that we are as efficient as possible so that we're not asking for more money from taxpayers.
I understand you will be leading the charge to propose a couple of rule changes for the House chamber?
That's true. You know, it's our job in the House to decide at the beginning of every session how are we going to conduct business. And so I'm going to be presenting 2 rules that reflect what the voters have told us over and over. The first is that we continue to require that there be a 2/3 majority before we raise taxes. The voters have voted on this, but unfortunately we have some legislators that have challenged this in court. And so I want the rest of the members of the House to affirm that they're going to abide by the wishes of the voters and continue, regardless of the result of the court case, to require that we have 2/3 majority before we raise taxes. The other issue is funding education first. The court and the Constitution have told us that that is our paramount duty. And I'd like the House to affirm on day one that they're going to do that. We're going to use our first dollars to fund education, and then we're going to prioritize the remaining needs with the remaining dollars. I think these are critical needs. And if you agree with me, I hope that you will call your legislators and make sure that your voice is heard too. Thank you for watching my weekly video updates. Please feel free to call my office using the number on the screen or email me.